What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be making a video talking about must-have modifications if you own a 6.7 Powerstroke. This isn't necessarily going to be every single little problem you're going to run into these, but this is going to be the most common things that you're going to want to do to avoid having issues. The first thing is going to be your exhaust. As you can see, my exhaust is straight all the way through, which means it has no more def. That's definitely going to be the first thing you're going to want to do, is get rid of the def. That way you don't have any problems with it, because they're prone to a lot of issues and they're also very restrictive on the motor. Now that I got the hood open, we're going to be talking about the next thing you're going to want to do if you just got one of these stock, and that's going to be an EGR Delete. As you can see, there's no EGR valve in here, and we have this plate over the manifold. That way we don't have any leak right there. And also up here on this upper intake, whoever installed this maybe didn't do the best of a job, but they did put a plate over there as well to get rid of that EGR system, because what that's doing is bringing exhaust gas back into your air intake to be burned again to try to make it cleaner for the emissions. But what that's going to do is just gunk everything up with soot in the inside of your engine, and it's just going to cause a lot of problems later. So you're best off just to delete that system as well. One thing to keep in mind, if you do delete those systems, you are going to need some kind of a programmer or tuner. As you can see, I'm running the H&S Mini Max. That's just what came with the truck. I know a lot of people like to hype up the Easy Link, but I have an H&S and it still does the same job. That way it's going to clear out the codes that you're going to get when you first delete them, because if you delete these, I believe you're limited to 45 mile an hour without a tune, which will make it drive like a normal truck again. The next mod that I went ahead and did to this truck, the two deletes of DEF and EGR were already done and I bought it. But the first thing I went ahead and did when I bought this truck, I did them both at the same time. The first thing is going to be, as you can see, this Donaldson filter here. I ordered S&S Diesel's CP4 Bypass kit, and what this is going to do is filter your fuel coming out of your CP4 pump under there. And as you can see, that line, I'm not sure if you could see in there, but that line comes out here and gets filtered before it goes back to your tank. That way, if you do have a CP4 issue, which is pretty common on these trucks, that it'll filter that fuel before it's going to make it into your injectors and your fuel rails and all that good stuff. So that way, if you have an issue, all you're going to have to do is realistically replace that filter there and replace your CP4 pump and save a lot of money versus having to do your entire fuel system. Also, one of the things I did before I even started driving the truck, and it was actually at the same time that I did that CP4 bypass, is going to be right back there. If you see that block with the hose coming off it here, which runs around past the filter, it comes right down here. As you can see, a little oil residue, but down to the ground to vent the crankcase. From the factory, right in this area before that block, you would have a filter for the emissions that would filter those, basically filter the blow-by air before going back into your intake, which is going to oil up. As you can see, there's some oil that comes with it down there on the frame, which all that's going to do is get in your intercooler, all your piping under there, and oil everything up, which as you oil them boots up, they're easier to make them pop off under high boost. And you're going to have oil all throughout your intercooler, which can plug that up. And worst of all, if that filter from the factory that's on there gets plugged up, the pressures have nowhere to go, and that's usually how you're going to start having some oil leaks, and then you got to get into probably a new oil pan gasket when that happens. So you're better off to just delete the system and have it go straight to the ground and not have to worry about it causing any leaks or gumming anything up. That's about all I've got for this video, so hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.